Hi guys, welcome to another podcast. Today, luckily, we have Mr. Iqbal with us in the studio. He's running an amazing venture nowadays as well into cryptocurrency and a very exciting gaming industry product. He will give you a more information about that. So let's get to him first. Hi Iqbal, thank you so much for showing up, and I hope you like Pakistan so far as well.
Yeah, thank you for such a nice introduction. Of course, I love Pakistan because I've been given such a nice welcome by yourself. But honestly, it's taken me by surprise how nice the country is so far.
So tell us more about your venture nowadays you're working on and about the stuff that's coming about to come up.
Sure. So jumping straight into it with the project itself, it's for us the reason why we got into this project. First of all, is the cryptocurrency stage of the market has taken everything by storm, and people are just getting the understanding of it. And obviously, we went through the bull market. Now we're in the bear market, and a lot of people have understood where it's going, where it's not. But the gaming area, like you've seen with, I'm sure you've heard of Axie Infinity, is the one of the best PTE game. But that was a sign for where the industry is going. You got Metaverse, etc. So our idea is to create something that is
Mm-hmm.
for the gamers, but also integrate cryptocurrency in a way that it's the transition from Web 2 to Web 3 is easy. So people that don't understand cryptocurrency can learn it and get into it basically.
Okay, and what kind of the gameplay we're looking at? It's more going to be like action oriented or more intellectual side, or it's a mix of both.
So the game itself, we are creating pretty much like an ecosystem. So we're going to start off with an RPG game, and that's going to develop into, we're going to have a metaverse, and there's going to be an education aspect to it as well. So pretty much what you can imagine is you're going to be going into a world where everything that you want as a gamer, any game that you want, will be slowly coming to you basically. So you want an RPG game, we've got that coming. You want a Unreal Engine game, we've got that coming in years to come. So it's a place where gamers have a voice, and for example, they can make their input, and a game that they want will come out. But the story itself is what will be loved by the gamers basically.
Okay, and what are the challenges you are getting so far in this industry, this meta versus the gaming industry, and its integration with the cryptocurrency?
So the integration itself is what we're doing different. And that's how we've created a way for the cryptocurrency to be an optional part of it. The part which I would say is the difficult part of the industry is actually seeing how many people don't understand the cryptocurrency side and educating them. Because, for example, you go down the road to anyone in this, probably in this campus, they might have an understanding of cryptocurrency. But if you tell them they play a game and they can earn, they will only understand it in one way. And it's how do you tell that to people in the most easiest way? I think that's going to be the hardest part. But once you master that transition, it's going to be a big thing in the industry.
So what is the hesitation for the people to actually opt for this Web 3.0 transformation? Is it like some sort of a scam they're afraid of, or is it like just it's not clear or concrete so far?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest points what you just said there. The industry being so new, and I think that's another point there. It's very small at the moment, very small. It's one of those things that if you focus on it, it looks massive, but it's very small. The adoption is very small at the moment, but it's growing very fast. And when you look at it like that, it's how you can get people to understand it, like I said, in the easiest way. And you need to show them a way where, yes, there's been, as you said, the scams in the industry,
Yeah,
as there is whenever there's something new, there's always, the bad side to it.
yeah.
That's why you need to ease them into it and give them an understanding and what makes a good project, a trustable project. And that's why with our project, we've created the team so strong to start off with.
Okay, so can you just give us some name of the project and some website so people
Yeah,
can look into that?
sure. So the project itself is called Project Lambo, and the website is projectlambo.io.
So what's the meaning of Lambo in that? Is this like inspired from Lamborghini?
Yeah, we get that question a lot. So the project itself started off with, there's a term in the crypto industry called when Lambo, and it's the saying like, when Lambo, when will I be able to get my Lamborghini when the coin takes off. But the project developed very fast, and what happened is we create the story now around this. So the main character, his name is Apollo, and it's about, the area is called Sheertopia, and what it's about is half human, half animal. The story being animals take better care of the world than we do as humans, right?
Okay.
If there was no humans, there would be no pollution, let's
Yeah.
say. So what happens is people adopt this, and what happened is Dr. Lambo, he, before the world became extinct, he put his DNA into this goat, and it became Apollo. Now what it is Apollo is discovering, as his journey goes on, he has a tattoo on his arm, and he understands that this tattoo has a meaning, and he understands that Dr. Lambo is essentially inside him, and he left his DNA inside him, and it's him discovering his Project Lambo, and how this tattoo is almost like how he can make the world better again, basically.
Oh,
So we teach sustainability through this. There's the education aspect, and that's what it is. It's like we try to make it so it's people, with Pokemon and things
yeah.
like this. We've understood that people get sucked into this, and they really like the whole adventure, and the anime industry as well is massive. So it's people can live in their mystery world, but also get the understanding and educated in the sustainability side as well.
That's pretty amazing. And in terms of your like prediction for the cryptocurrency and what's gonna be the future, can you give us little insights on that as well?
What do you mean for the project itself, or just in general?
Like in general.
In general for cryptocurrency,
Yeah,
I
because
think,
we see a lot of like bad stuff nowadays. It went down.
of course, I think in general it's opening up to the people what's going on right now. You look at how the cash system, without saying too much, you can see how the banking system is not doing too well at the moment. And if you look in that side, you can see where that's going. So I think you got to see it from a Gen Z point of view. When you go out and you go pay nowadays, do people tend to have cash on them, or is it like I will use Apple Pay, for example? So the era has already adopted into this digital currency world. So if you don't want to look at cryptocurrency from the cryptocurrency perspective, and you just look at how the world is evolving, you'll understand that there's no need for cash, because everyone, if we even ask the people around us right now in the studio about how much they know that they've got in their bank account, I guarantee you majority of people don't even know the amount in their bank account nowadays, because you don't know, you're just tapping as you go. So digital currency comes to that play where government now has control over it. That's the aspect which people don't like, but
Yeah,
it's also the good part, because the circulation control is good for people as well. So how that adoption happens is you can see it in front of your in front of your face, but the wealth transfer, I think, will be crazy, but it's set up for us because we live in a digital world right now.
yeah, makes sense. And what are your prediction for the artificial intelligence in cryptocurrency as well? Because AI is everywhere,
Sure.
and how it's gonna impact the cryptocurrency.
So AI is a very big part of our project, and we are integrating it into the game. I think AI is in that J curve period,
Okay.
and you're seeing how ChatGPT has taken the industry by storm this year. But as we know in the AI space, that this has been around for a very long time actually. But it's about how they've made it be adoptable by the mass. And I think in cryptocurrency, but in general life itself, it's going to be amazing. And I don't see it as something that's going to hinder people's life. I think it's going to be beneficial, because one thing that I would say, like, I've come to Pakistan right now, I can speak to you, you speak English,
Yeah.
but if when I go out there, and there's obviously the translation side, but you can understand what when AI comes involved, I'm sure there's going to be headsets where I speak to you and the AI is going to automatically translate it for me and for you as we speak. There's not going to be a need for different languages,
Yeah.
etc. The power that's coming with AI is crazy. Is crazy.
So, how you are integrating AI into your game?
So as you know, with games, the term NPC. So instead of non-player characters, what we will do is we'll have AI characters involved. So let's say the storyline of a character, we feed him the AI through the data set, and what happens is the character will have his story embedded into him. So the responses will never be the same in terms of when you go into a game and you have the prompts yes, no, etc. This way, which way do I go? It will be different every time you play, and that's what makes it more immersive, and that's what we're trying to achieve with Project Lambo as well.
Okay, makes sense. The project is based so far in Dubai.
Yeah, so the headquarters are being set up in Dubai. We got headquarters in the UK as well, and yeah, that answers your question there.
And what's the reason like so many businessmen are nowadays moving towards Dubai? Is it like a baby come to Dubai?
So I would say because Dubai is just a business hub right now. It's so small, but big at the same time because there's so many opportunities there. It's how you go into Dubai. You can go into Dubai in a holiday mood, or you can go there in business, and it goes very fast there. You can network with one person, and the next thing you know, you got 100 people in your contact list. So with Dubai, I think it's because it's such an amazing business hub right now. So many opportunities there, and it's very easy to network.
Yeah. And what are like some unique selling point of Dubai in terms of like taxation or business regulation that are setting it apart from
Yeah,
like USA or UK?
I think that taxation says it all, right? No one likes to the UK, Europe, or US for tax reasons.
Okay. And it's also like safe as well.
Dubai is I would say is I've never seen anything like that. I would happily put cash on my body, gold on my body, and lie down in the street, and I know no one. I think if a cash was to leave my body and go somewhere else, someone would pick it up and put it back on my body. That's how safe it is, and that's why for me, Dubai is a place that I would like to grow up with my family, have my family there, because the safety is a crucial part of this world right now, and I
Yeah,
think we're seeing how many countries are affected in that regards.
makes sense. Uh, and we also see like you did some production for your ventures as well so far,
Sure.
and somehow or the other you are connected with filmmaking industry.
Yeah.
So how what's your perspective on that entertainment and filmmaking industry, and how you see that you in the future you can contribute in that?
Well, I'm intrigued actually. I've got a question for yourself in the
Yeah,
filmmaking side. You asked me about AI, right?
yeah.
How do you see AI will impact the filmmaking industry?
So it's already happening in terms of like script writing,
Yeah,
visualizations. So like Mid Journey, we can ask Mid Journey to produce kind of illustration that
sure.
we used to, first imagine. Then we used to go with the designer and tell him to produce that. So it's getting very easy now for us to visualize and make the ideas
Sure.
in terms of the planning and softwares. So we have like softwares where can do the scheduling
Okay.
and predict, uh, the weather coming in, predictions coming in for all. Other than that, AI is helping in terms of like color grading, how it's going to be in the post as well. Similarly, in the video editing side, AI is helping in terms of like setting up the sound quality much better,
Mhm.
synchronizing the videos, taking the best shots out, doing the color grading in form of LUTs and all. So there's a lot happening already. So it will make it easier for us to produce content
Yeah.
in the longer run. If you see now for the social media point of view as well, so we have like software. I just need to give him the video. That software will convert it into the text. Then I can edit the text, and it will make short videos out of that,
Sure.
and the content for the Instagram or some other platforms as well. So AI is actually helping us so far in a way.
Okay.
The
Awesome.
jobs will transform obviously, but eventually it's helping us to do more now.
Yeah. As I said to you, spending time with you now is. I feel like when I'm with you, I'm always in a movie because you feel like you're the main character, right? I see that
Well,
that
that's not good for others.
no, no, but I see that acting side emanates through you. You truly love the acting side. So you see how with the AI side, we're gonna have in the future potentially even we've seen it already. You've got voiceovers done in AI, etc. Do you feel like with I can't see AI replacing you as an actor, and I can't wait to see on the screens as well. But
It's gonna happen,
yeah,
that's already happening right now. Like we have some softwares who can make some like characters that give presentation
yeah,
as an actors. uh like in near future we would might be having films that are more 3D oriented
sure,
in like 3D universe. So AI can generate some characters and correct those. Even like in the like past films, like the classics,
mm,
AI is enhancing them. AI
yeah,
is like changing characters and then that like with deepfake coming in,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so it's already happening. It's gonna happen. But I believe like the exclusive kind of creativity will gonna be there.
mm,
Very good example is like the OTT platforms that came in,
yeah,
Netflix and Amazon and everything. So now a very small percentage of films will go on to the cinema
for sure,
because they're exclusive, a very exclusive kind of actors like
yeah,
Fawad so far in Pakistan or in India. If you see Ranveer Kapoor,
yeah,
they are like very exclusive that we don't want to do any OTT platform film. We will do just gonna do cinema film because someone needs to be there for cinema.
yeah,
So cinema is like a premium and exclusive form of entertainment now.
mm,
So similarly, in this whole industry, AI will become a very normal thing, and people will start using it to produce the content. But the exclusive creativity gonna be very important in the future. So we will have like script writers, or we will have like actors, that's going to be exclusive. They will charge more, but there will be a lesser niche for that. A very good example is still nowadays some directors like Christopher Nolan or Martin Scorsese, Tarantino, they use like 75 IMX reels. So
Oh wow.
they don't shoot on digital cameras. They still shoot that on the reels,
Okay.
uh, because they think that, and obviously they give better colors,
Yeah.
so they just stick to that, and
Sure.
it comes with a big cost as well. But
Of course.
like producer face that, and people would like to go in IMAX and watch that as well, because that's an exclusive thing. They have a
Mm.
certain kind of niche and premiumness to that. So that's a Project Lambo for them.
But being from the movie making scene, because with Project Lambo, like I said, the storyline itself is something that we are expanding on and we're very passionate about. We also want to create a series in the future, and that's what we're working on. We're starting off with a comic book series, and we will be working on a series in the future as well. But that side itself, what do you see when people watch movies and series nowadays? Does it, being in the filmmaking industry, do you find it not nice that the whole OTT side versus the blockbuster side? Because when you create something, you want people to go out there and record that you're there. And obviously, when someone's in the comfort of their home, majority of the time they're on their phone. They got
Yeah.
too many distractions. They're not really engaged in the movie. And when you've, so how does that feel for your side?
So it is something you just can't like take away from people now. we
Yeah,
we have to give them options. We have to give them the freedom to, whenever they want to see the content, they can. After COVID, it's a very clear thing now, because attention span is shorter now.
sure.
People are getting boring in like seconds right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So the more of a short films coming in, you will see in the future, the more short kind of content will come in.
yeah,
People don't have time now to actually binge watch the whole season for like you can say days and weeks.
for sure.
So it's more like giving more in less time,
Mm,
and we will see an exclusive content just like for the long format.
yeah,
So this is something that's going to be happening, because now we are more confused day by day, because with the more options we have right now.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
Unfortunately, it's going to happen.
it's true.
So just like on the side, as you're doing a Project Lambo, right?
Yeah.
So like for the winners or any first users, is there going to be any kind of Lamborghini for you guys?
We
Like for the players?
for the players, we are actually doing, we have got some giveaways coming up, and they will be specific to Dubai, and we will be opening that up more and more. But we don't want to say too much now. But of course, with the name, there is that cliche side of it, and we will be
Yeah.
entertaining the users. Because come on, who doesn't want to experience the Lamborghini, right?
Yeah, I hope that there's gonna be larger Lambos, like not this one, but the bigger ones, that you can actually sit and go out in
Yeah,
that.
for sure. For okay, I've got a question for you. For Project Lambo, with just a bit of understanding from it from that side, what do you see from yourself if you had an RPG game? Are you a gamer yourself? Do you spend time gaming?
So I'm not a gamer right now,
Okay,
obviously. I do play some other games,
right.
but in terms of like these games, but if I'm kind of a person who is into games, I would definitely like to explore.
Sure.
The story is good enough for me to hook up with this venture and to
Yeah.
actually try the gameplay. Other than that, I think it's not the time now. Back then in our childhood, we used to play GTA, and
For
we
sure.
used to just do it for the time pass or for just the sake of it.
Yeah.
Now it's game making is like making money at the same time, so it's
Mm,
it's a very different experience altogether.
for sure.
So now if I'm playing the game and I'm also like aware of the fact that I'm getting money out of that,
Yeah.
or some kind of benefit out of that, so it's a very good, you can say, uh catalyst for me to start the thing.
For sure. Another key point for Project Lambo is we understood that, and there's a lot of people that were passionate about gaming, but they've got their corporate life now. So we are implementing something called NFT sharing, and what it is you can buy the NFT, which is the character that you play with, and you can rent it out to gamers to use it for you. So it's almost like you've got this asset, you rent it out, the gamer plays with it, and then you split the rewards. So investors can still be involved with the game because
Mm-hmm.
they've got money. They can still have that passion where they collect the players, and then they buy and sell them, for example. But then it also gives people that don't have money to then play with an NFT, because of course NFTs, with our NFTs, they're tiered, so they have different price rankings. So ones that can't afford it, they can opt in to rent it, and what's rented from their side, they don't pay anything. It's their gaming experience,
Yeah.
because the more you game with the NFT, the levels go up and your NFT increases in value. So as I said, with more and more with Project Lambo, if I speak, I promise you I'll be here for at least a year just speaking about Project Lambo, because
Yeah.
a lot has gone into this. We're trying to make it so that everyone in the market can experience Project Lambo. And last of all, what you said is obviously you not being such a gamer, but the story is compelling to you. With Pakistan itself, because we're targeting the Southeast Asia side, etc., and the MENA region, we see that a lot of people do play RPG games on their phone while they're working,
Yeah.
etc. Would you say Pakistan is one of them where RPG games are very popular? Mobile gaming itself is super popular now.
Yeah. Makes sense. And it is right now. You do see a lot of people playing PUBG and COD here. Okay, so we were talking about like cryptocurrency and chat GTP and all. Let's talk about the physical world.
Sure.
Uh, Obviously, when there are some pros to that, then obviously there are going to be some cons as well. So if we talk about like the physical interaction world is like going to be affected by that, how you see that balance and how you see the side effects of like metaverse and all with the physical world, because most of the time the gamers, sorry I'm cutting you out,
No,
like what the kind of character they develop in the game, they're very different in the real life
for
with
sure.
that. Yeah.
So I think what you're trying to get at is the keyboard warriors, right? Or the people that have social anxiety.
Yeah.
And I think social anxiety is a big thing in gaming, because it's not necessarily that someone wants to be behind the gaming console and not want to be out there. Like you said, they've got a different persona behind the camera and behind the gaming console, and then in real life, and the character will be very different. But I think one point to really emphasize on is the fact that some people, unfortunately, they don't have friends, or
Yeah.
they get bullied in gaming. And that's why I feel like AI plays a massive part in that, because some people just don't feel understood. And I don't blame the people. I don't blame the people around them, because I think we live in a tough world right now, and
Yeah.
everyone has their own problems. You know what I mean? And that's what I really like about AI. And that's why I said, obviously, there's the immersive gaming part of that as well. But when people can immerse with a game, and like I said, you can speak to the carecters will remember you, because it's AI. They're going to create a data set with the information you tell them. People will be immersed in the game, but they will have finally a friend in a game where that understands them. And it gives me that sort of Pokemon, Pokemon, and you have Pikachu, and it's like Pikachu is Ash's best friend, for example. You can't experience that in real life. Everyone has a pet, but as we had the conversation yesterday,
Yeah.
a cat is never loyal, right?
Yeah.
But a dog is obviously a man's best friend, etc. But that's what I'm saying, is not everyone can have a pet. So when you give a gamer something within a game where they can be fully immersed, I think that's where the metaverse is amazing for me, because it lets people be someone who they can't be in real life. Let's say someone is suffering from obesity, and for that reason they have confidence problems, etc. So their character in the metaverse is different. I believe that it could have a different impact in terms of giving them confidence, show them how to speak, and
Yeah.
then maybe act upon their physique.
Yeah. Because of your exposure so far, like you have been to different countries, and obviously uh you were brought up in a way that was like, you can say, a mix of cultures.
Sure.
Your school life, your like city life was different,
More westernized.
but your family life, your home was different to that. And you saw like both side of the world so far today, and whatever happening now, you
Sure.
can see that as well. So what's the understanding of life so far for you, the religion so far for you, and spirituality for you?
I'm trying to think of how to answer this in a short way, because for me, Islam is the most important part of my life, and it became important while I was going through school. I think I found it my later part of school, my high school period, and I see people going through that learning period of life, and I feel like, as we know, with Allah, puts everyone on a different path. But with the westernized side, because there's so much, we could call it noise, I think it's very hard for people to actually practice what's right. Yes, it's very easy to practice Islam in those countries, but it's also very hard, because of course when you're seeing openly dating there, etc., you'll be influenced by it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a way that you create something that allows them to be in their environment, but also teach them subtly. Because when you teach someone, for example, in a Muslim country, maybe in the Arab country, Dubai, etc., or even in Pakistan and these countries, when you teach them about Islam, you see how the country already instills Islamic principles, right? But when you go to UK and you tell people, okay, you got to dress like this, they think like, why is my religion telling me which way to dress, etc. But then slowly through life, I see everyone understanding the same thing. It was the same for me. It's that Islam is actually not trying to tell you this is a guidebook, follow it like this. Is Islam is a guidebook to life. We take Islam out of it, forget about it being a religion. Even if you're a non-Muslim and you follow the principles of the Quran, follow the principles as a Muslim, you'll see you'll just naturally be a better Muslim. You're
Yeah.
better person is what I mean, because it teaches you how to be happy. You see, now I think, and sorry, I'm going on a bit right now,
No, no, it's fine.
but I want to focus on one key thing, and this was the part that brought me to Islam, and I would call it a dark place rather than depression, because I think that depression is a word that a lot of people use, but most people don't suffer from depression directly. It's more that you're in a dark place and you're trying to find out where your life is leading. And I feel like Islam helps you with that, because it gives you a purpose. When you know that there's a higher power above you, and you're not in control of your life in the terms of, okay, I can make a prayer and it will change, and there's hope for me at the end of the tunnel. It gives you hope, and it also makes you understand the process. That's for me what Islam is, and Islam was that light for me, and also it helps me to go through tough times, but also always have a smile on your face. And I think that's what I love about Islam, is just smile through everything. Hardship, smile. Happiness, smile. But also don't take the tomorrow for granted. Don't take today for granted, and just smile around people, because it could be someone could be your enemy. You create an enemy, but
Yeah,
what's the point? Life is so short. Why do you need enemies?
exactly.
So that's the beauty of for me.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Uh, is there any kind of tips for the young generation you want to give it out there? So far, you have seen like Pakistani guys as well.
Yeah,
You have been to, other parts of this
sure.
country as well so far, and you have seen the young generation and everything, and they're trying to nowadays just go abroad and live the life
Yeah.
out there, and that's a very gut feeling for them. What's your suggestion for them
In suggestion in which regards?
in terms of like pursuing their careers and all?
So if they're going to take that leap of faith and go abroad,
Yeah,
I would say to where they're going abroad, to first look into the culture, the life, and before they do that, if you can't plan out your life in Pakistan, for example, waking up which time, you're scheduling your day, you shouldn't go abroad. And the reason why I say that is because your life will just start off a mess. Not planning ahead is like the saying is, if you don't plan, you plan to fail, basically. So planning is super important, and you got to have somewhat of a career path. And we spoke about this previously, where you never know where your life's going to lead. But as long as you're planning something along that line, you will be steered into a different direction. But if I try and drive to Lahore from Islamabad right now without GPS, I'm gonna be taking a detour around the entire world before I get to Lahore. But if I have a GPS, if there's road closures, etc., I will still be heading to that destination. So I would say plan it out, know what you want to do beforehand, at least have a rough idea, and then make that decision and go ahead. But I believe anyone can do anything that they put their mind to. Anything. If you want to be the world's richest person, go do that, because you will be. If you believe in yourself, don't let anyone say anything to you, but believe in yourself, and you'll be that.
well, that was so kind of you. Thank you so much for your time,
Yeah.
and we'll try to share the Instagram handles and website for the project Lambo that Iqbal is working on. If you want to hit him up for any kind of future collaborations and projects as well, you can see his Instagram, and he's also making some amazing content about the cryptocurrency. Also the kind of exposures he's going through nowadays, especially the Pakistan experience, is
Yeah.
going to share with you as well. So please check him out, and please like, share, and subscribe, and comment as well. If you have any kind of question, we'll get back to you. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great day.
Thank you, Faisal.
And in Pakistan, we say "Ji aaya nu."